Today, I would like to share with you a personal story from my own life, and I want to really tie it back to why we ultimately serve and support people every day at Agape. When I was 14 years old, my best friend in the whole world passed away, my grandma. My grandma had lived with my family when I was growing up. She was the person who had time for me. She not only loved me, but liked me too. My identity was really found in knowing I was unconditionally loved and liked by her. After her death, I wondered, who's gonna know me? Who's gonna have time for me? And I felt very lonely. I felt lost, unseen, and unknown. The death of my grandma was a crisis that really became a crossroads in my life. In my aloneness, sadness, loss of feeling understood, isolation, I began to think a lot about God. I've been grown up to learn that there was a God. There was a God that liked me and He loved me unconditionally. This was the crossroads where I surrendered both my life and my future over to Christ. He began to change my heart and my eyes towards others. From that day forward, He took my life on a totally, completely unexpected journey. I have seen people tormented with voices and distraught with mental torture. I have seen the drug addicted, the violent, and the hungry. I have watched the homeless looking for shelter. I have seen the blind in abandoned buildings. I have seen the guns and the drugs, the prostitutes in the hallways. I have seen the prisoner and the outcast. I have held the hand of the dying, and I've eaten with the hungry. Without a shadow of a doubt, I know I've sat at tables my Jesus would have sat. I've met people my Jesus would have met, and I have been able to love and offer them help and hope, care and compassion, just as my Jesus has done to me. When I think about my story, I think about the stories of the men and women that we meet. My story shows how God often uses a crisis as a crossroads. The moment when I felt like I was living the worst day of my life, God used it to change me, draw me, redeem me, and rewrite my future. Every day, we meet people at their crossroads, the worst day of their lives, the bottom, so to speak. Our doors open and people walk in looking for answers, looking for hope, looking for somewhere to turn. They are looking for a place, a conversation, a person, something to make sense out of a hopeless, overwhelming, and lonely situation. We stand back and we see how God uses their situation, an unplanned pregnancy, as a crossroads, the open door into their lives that He can use to bring them to Himself. We sit in the rooms and we watch the Spirit guide the conversations, and we love people. Whether their hearts are softened or not, He has called each one of us to love the person in the chair right across from us, no matter what they have done or what they will do. Let me tell you, when you lean the ladder of your life on the cross, everything changes. Out of your life and out of your actions flows love for the unborn and the born, the saint and the sinner, the healed and the broken, the clean and the dirty, the easy and the hard, the woman who chooses life for her child and the woman who doesn't. So today and every day, let us lean the ladder of our lives against the cross. Let us be present in every room, conversation, and places that Jesus calls us, and let us rejoice in knowing that Jesus is the Savior of lives, and in Him we can trust.